Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, last year, I think it was about summertime, I did a WNBA expansion video, which did really, really well. And so, thank you all for that. That was great. And since then, there has been an announcement for a WNBA expansion team to Golden State. So I decided to make another video. Since the last one did so well, I really love this opportunity for the WNBA moving into the Bay. I think it's just all in all a great opportunity. Hop over to the WNBA website. WNBA coming to the Golden State, coming to the Bay Area, tip off 2025 season. Coming to the Chase Center, which is where the Warriors play. So, state of the art facility, loyal Warriors fan base. I think that could definitely translate well to WNBA Golden State 2025. Tickets are already on sale. So, we'll head over to the Wikipedia for WNBA. So come down to teams. Okay. So 12 teams as it stands currently. And then there will be a 13th team, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I got my numbers correct. So 12 teams already, 13th team coming to Golden State, coming to the Bay, which I think is a great opportunity. So that would put Seattle up here, and then you would have the team in the Bay, team in LA, Vegas, Mercury, Wings, and Lynx out west. Unless they decide to switch up and maybe move the Lynx east. I'm not entirely sure how that would work. Anyways, so that would be team in the Bay. I think a team in Portland would be great. I think Portland already has a loyal fan base in the Portland Trailblazers. I think a team in Portland would be cool. I know the Portland Thorns, I think is the name of the NWSL team in Portland. They got a pretty good fan base up in there. So I think if there's any more expansion out west, I mean, obviously, great option, great choice for the Bay. I think if you were to decide on more out west, Portland would be great. I think another one in Texas. I think Austin would be phenomenal. I know that Matthew McConaughey did a MLS. He was part of the ownership group for the MLS team in Austin. I think Texas, like California, is definitely at some point, California is getting a second team. I think Texas is going to ultimately probably get another team here, maybe even 3 teams. You got huge markets. Austin, San Antonio is kind of merging into one big mega region down here. You got Houston area. Dallas already got their team in the wings, which is probably the coolest logo in the WNBA, in my opinion. Just a side note, but definitely one in Denver. The Nuggets have a loyal fan base following El Paso or Albuquerque, maybe. But the WNBA is expanding to the Bay. I think if they are deciding on more teams out west, Portland, Denver, maybe another team or 2 teams here in Texas. Moving to the eastern part of the country, we'll go up to the Midwest. You got the Lynx up here, Chicago Sky, which is my WNBA team. I root for this guy. Indiana Fever as well. I think a team in Milwaukee would be great. Loyal following for the Bucks. I think a WNBA team in Milwaukee would be great. Or Madison. I think either works. I think you kind of just need another one in this area because it's a little uneven. You got 3. You kind of would need a Wisconsin team to kind of balance it all out in here. I remember from my last video that when I did this, I recommended There was Cleveland Rockers had one, Portland did have one, but didn't quite work out. Miami had one, Sacramento, Houston Comets. I remember that they had like 3 or 4 WNBA championships. So Houston, just bring back the Comets. I think a team in Cleveland, or I think Grand Rapids would be kind of like an under the radar, kind of really great market. Columbus. Columbus has pretty decent fan base. You got different soccer and hockey teams there in Columbus. Cincy, I think, would be a good one. I think you can't go wrong with either one of these three cities in Ohio. If Cleveland, is not the choice because it didn't work out last time, I think Columbus or Cincy would be a great option. Uh, Pittsburgh, Philly, I think would be great, but we're gonna come down to Atlanta because they're all alone down here. You definitely need some company, probably in like Carolina. I think Florida is just a little. There's so many teams in Florida, and it's so competitive. Like it took the Jaguars a long time to get situated in Jacksonville. There's attendance issues with Tampa Bay. I think Florida's a great market. You have a ton of huge cities, but I think if you're the WNBA, I think you kind of stay away from that for a little bit until you've grown a little bit more. Because I remember we were down here. Miami didn't quite work out. Orlando didn't quite work out for some reason. Um, Maybe down the road, come back to Florida, but at the moment or in the near term, probably not because it's just the thing that's really holding me back for Florida is Tampa Bay's been good, the Rays organization has been good, and they have attendance issues, which is definitely concerning if you're thinking of trying to make a franchise and sports franchise or a couple down in Florida. So the dream I think would do great with a team in Raleigh as a geographic competitor. I think Richmond or Virginia Beach is another one that kind of get overlooked, but pretty big growing metro areas here in Virginia. DC Mystics could definitely have like a Baltimore rivalry, or if you choose like a Philly team or a New Jersey team. Technically, I think you probably need two teams. Like a Baltimore DC rivalry would be cool. A Philly New York rivalry would be awesome. And then the Sun could have a rivalry with a new Boston team. I think Boston's a great basketball city. Celtics, legendary NBA franchise. So a Boston, like a Massachusetts Connecticut rivalry up in here would be kind of cool. A Liberty, New York Philly rivalry, New York Boston rivalry, um, Philly, Baltimore rivalry. I think there's a lot of room to grow. Kind of like right in here, you can definitely get one or two, maybe even three more franchises if you want to really try and you know push hard into this region. But I think my recommendations, obviously the Bay, great choice. Portland, another great choice. Denver, uh, personally, I think bring back the Houston Comets. Um, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think states like Texas and California need three teams at some point. Obviously, way in the future, but you know, two teams for right now coming to California. Second team coming to California. Second team potentially at some point in Texas, but I think Texas and California are just so huge that they can definitely support two or more, even three. Milwaukee, great choice. Cleveland would be a great choice. I think Columbus or Cincy. Cleveland didn't quite work out last time. Even Detroit didn't quite work out, but that was, you know, at the very early stages of the WNBA. Carolina, you have a whole bunch of options up in here in the Northeast, Mid Atlantic area that could be great. At some point, maybe Canada, but that's probably at some point probably down the road. But yeah, I think the WNBA has a lot of room to grow. I think I'm excited for the Golden State team in the Bay, but that's just me personally. So yeah, a lot of room for growth, a lot of potential. I'm stoked for the Golden State WNBA squad to see how that turns out. And yeah, with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Deuces.